Hi guys. Hi guys. So today's video is on pictures and picture gazing, just picture divination, I guess. And if you guys notice, I put all my pictures on display in this particular video, and I even got the one Saint Michael up above me. Okay, so what is picture divination? Picture divination is basically any form of divination using a picture. Most typically, these fall under the category of scrying in the sense that they're heavy staring, heavy meditational, meditation with your eyes open practices. And the most common one of these is the most common form of picture gazing is picture gazing to understand a person's energies or to understand a yes or no question. And so a good example of this is some people, if they have Mesa Blanca or if they have, their Boveda or whatever you want to call it, they have an ancestor altar and they have pictures of their ancestors on it. They will sit in front of those ancestor altars and they will look at those pictures and ask for their ancestors to give them an answer. And I have a picture of my ancestors up here on my altar, and so I do that one a lot. I just stare at the pictures. And the thing about it is, as a person that's actually done this, the more you stare at the picture, the more and more you see the lips move, or the facial expressions change, or the eyes, look back and forth. You just see those things. So I've come across several different types of picture divination. The first of them being, picture scrying or scrying using a picture. And there's actually another form of that. There used to be, I remember the first time I'd ever heard of this was, I think it was actually in a TV show where they were actually making fun of psychics or something. But you take a picture of someone and you put it under a crystal ball and you gaze at that crystal ball. Now, really, in this type of exercise, the picture is not more or less to help you, read the person's energies, but it's more to give you like a crutch for your third eye, just so you can't pull the image of that person right out of anywhere. The picture is to give you a touch of that person's energy, so it'll make it easier to see them and see what they have going on in their lives and see what they are doing. And that's why a lot of people have this thing about, having their picture taken or having their picture taken, or being or giving other people's photos. And you should be very, very, very careful who you give a photo to, because you can do a lot of magic with photos, a lot of magic. But picture magic doesn't just necessarily mean a picture of an actual living human. Picture magic could also involve, spirits or, folk saints or deities. So if you have a deity and you have questions for that deity and you would like to ask them those questions, a good thing to do is maybe picture gazing, where you stare at the picture for a long period of time. Or maybe even, Saint Michael up there. Saint Michael is a protection spirit. And so I have to, like, if he were a statue, I would have to keep him fed. But since he's a picture, I still have to keep him fed. There's still things that he likes to have done that I have to do. There are still a lot of things that he needs done that I do. So I do them for him. And some other forms of picture divination are, if you have, okay, let's say that this is a picture of an ex-boyfriend, and I want to know something about him. Is he currently dating someone? Well, then I'm going to fold this paper. Well, first of all, on the back of the paper, I'm going to write my question. And you can write it as many times as you want, 9, 10. I'm just going to write it once. Ig. And so I write the question on the back of the paper. You guys can see that. Yes. So I write the question on the back of the paper, and then I turn the paper to me, and I fold it into me. as many times as you want, but make sure the number of times is a multiple of 3. So I think 3 is all I'm going to get out of this picture. And what you do is you take that and you take a bowl of water and you put it on the bowl of water. And if it sinks, that means that it's a no. And if it floats, that means it's a yes. And I know a lot of people might ask this. There is a time limit, and so you should count to 5 in your head. And if you can make it to 5 and it's still floating, it's a yes. If it sinks before you can get to 5, it's a no. And that's just one. I mean, and that's actually something that I've seen. Read is something I've seen, and then there's also another version of it that I've read about in Hyatt's book, where he talks about where one of the people that he interviews talks about if there's a person that you like and you have a picture of them, you take that picture and you float it on water, and it's the same thing. You count to 5 in your head, and if the picture is still floating by the time you get to 5, that means you have a chance of getting with that person. If the picture sinks before you get to 5, that means that you don't really have a chance with that person. You should move on. And so that's it's like really cool to think of what you can do. Pictures. So pictures, and then pictures do help you get a really, they say that pictures are worth 1,000 words, and I know I heard that old folks tale that, or that old joke that you don't let people take your picture because, it captures a piece of your soul or something. And I find that to be very true. If there was someone that I wanted to have captured, I would have a picture of them, and I'd put it in a jar. I'd put it in honey, syrup, molasses, I don't know, something. And that's how I would keep them stuck. So this whole video has just been about pictures, basically, but more importantly, it's about the divinational use of pictures. And pictures are basically a crutch for your third eye. If you can't pull an image of someone out of anywhere, it is okay to ask for a picture to better understand, to better get a touch of that person's feeling. Like I said, the picture does hold a piece of a soul. And so, when you do have a picture, you actually do have a piece of that person's soul, a piece of that person's energy. And that's why I know I have a teacher, and she doesn't like anybody she doesn't like to be on camera, period, because the second she's on camera, she realizes that cameras and pictures are, what's the word? They're trapping, not trapping. They're, binding. Once somebody has a picture of you, they can do whatever they want. That's why you have to put up your protection. That's why you have to do all of that work. So, this was just a short video about picture divination and maybe even the uses of pictures. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will have more videos coming out soon. Thank you so much. Ashe, Ashe. Oh! Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and share. I have found that I've been getting more subscribers lately, and so I do want to say thank you to those people of you that are liking, commenting, and sharing, and all of that. And thank you so much to my new subscribers. If you're watching this, I'm very appreciative to have you on my side, and to have regular watchers, and thank you. So thank you all for watching again, and Ashe, Ashe, Ashe.